All right, everybody, welcome back to Gen Booms.
Welcome.
I'm Connor.
I am Robert, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. And today we are doing Olivia Rodrigo. She just drops her second song off the new album. It's called The Cure, which is cool because she's been doing a lot of references to like 80s, but also The Cure specifically.
Right, we know she really loves The Cure.
Yeah.
And she brought out Robert Smith at a festival in London or something like that.
And then her last song mentioned Just Like Heaven.
That's true, yeah.
So, massive fan, clearly. So that's cool. So we'll see if this has anything to do with the band. But
don't know.
Either way, pretty cool. And that's about it. We'll just get right into it, I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Looking forward to it. Last one was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I wonder if this one is going to be more rock, because I think you said that it was like...
Well, they said something about that, but yeah, obviously not every song would be too. And, I thought she had said something about this one being more sad, or no, what did she say?
Well, I know you had told me that she said this was like her favorite.
Yeah, well, I just saw that like today or whatever, that she was saying this was her favorite on the album, and she said
that's interesting.
It's the one you can karaoke to when you're sad or something like that.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Makes sense, because the last one was like when she first started dating her boyfriend, and obviously they broke up. So I'd imagine a mix of songs on the album.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be all the kind of phases of love. Like
that makes sense.
The Drop Dead was like you just met, you fell in love, and like it's all crazy.
Yeah.
So
we get into it here. I'm not really sure off the title what it will be about.
Yeah,
here we go.
We'll see.
Put the captions up.
All the pretty girls in the foreground of my mind. I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line. I thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the antidote this time. All the nights I spent fighting bad thoughts in my room, feeling so alone, might as well be on the moon. I thought I found the antidote with you. I thought I found the antidote with you. But my head is full of poison and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried hard to suck them out, and it feels like medication, and it's good
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting. Wow. Man, that was cool how it just kept building. It's like it started
Yeah,
kind
the
of
last
slow,
part
and I was like,
was
"Oh,
really
it's
cool.
gonna be very different than the last one." And then it kept building it like constantly through the very end. Yeah, that was. I mean, I was really getting into it, especially as it went on, and the drumming was just going.
Yeah, that part
force.
with all of it adding up reminded me of the I mean a lot of songs do that, but just most recent, like the Harry Styles, I don't know if you remember, but Fine Line on that album, the last song, it's a longer one, and at the end, like it just keeps building.
Oh,
and building.
yeah.
That one's really cool, and the drumming just gets like crazy in that one. So it reminded me of that, but it's a very cool song. The song I actually like maybe more than the last one, just because I personally love the higher energy.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last one was a lot of high energy. I thought all the way, like the Drop Dead song, but
It's like a fun one. It's really fun.
it was just fun. Yeah.
This one is like, I guess it is sort of sad, obviously what she's talking about, but it's like the energy is still the same.
Right, especially as it's building and building, and so
Yeah.
that part was really cool. And then little touches in there, like being the nurse was cool, and going down like the hall.
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
her initials are on there, like her little logo of OR, but it's like operating room. Mm-hmm. So like,
Yeah, that
that's
was good.
like, oh, that's cool. That's a nice little touch.
That was
And,
trippy video with the what do you call it? Just like stitching.
the stitching, and then she keeps saying, I'm
Unraveling.
I'm unraveled. I'm
Yeah.
unraveling. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And this is not still showing, is it?
No,
Okay.
but we gotta talk about Adam. That's why.
So, yeah, and then the end, I thought that was kind of dramatic, like was it, and trippy, also at the same time, like, she's there like on the operating game, and all these hearts trying to like pump
Yeah,
blood
exactly.
or whatever.
And it's like the string going around each heart too.
Yeah, and then we see that it's like, like this, like dollhouse kind of a thing, really. Then she's looking at it and steps on it, and almost like also at the end, like she's moving out, like so, so like it's the end of the love affair, and so you were living together or whatever. Now she's packing her stuff and leaving, and she's also stomps on that whole thing and leaves it behind.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, right.
Must be the reason.
I would think so.
That was a cool transition too. It was a solid.
Yeah.
From the
like
from the
I
house
didn't
to
expect
outside.
that. That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really. I liked that transition. That was really unique.
Yeah, I really like the song overall.
Yeah, no, that was really good, and she's really going with the whole pink theme. It seems like.
True.
On I think the album cover I saw.
That's true. I believe
some
it is
bits
pink.
and this
yeah.
and the OR and all that kind of stuff. So whereas the previous albums were like purple for the most part. Oh, they're up here.
The Guts was purple, and then I guess I didn't even realize Sour was actually purple.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I thought that was really cool, and some interesting lines in there too. That
I know, hard to catch some of them because it's a music video, but
yeah, like I was just I don't remember exactly, but that something about like I play this game in my mind of
every time I meet a guy,
every time I meet a guy, all the guys, I mean all the girls he's.
I was about to say that's a different game.
It's a different, yeah. But yeah, all the girls he's before, whatever. And then think of that till it makes me cry or something like that. It's like, yeah, I could see sometimes.
It's not a very fun game.
No, yeah, exactly.
I would stop playing that game. Is what
But someday with somebody new, and you start wondering how do you measure up to the to the prior person in their life or whatever. So it kind of makes sense. Maybe that's going a bit extreme, but
it's definitely more of, which I think she's good at on her, especially her previous album Guts. I think she explored a lot more. Like Sour was like, damn, I'm heartbroken, and like this guy is really annoying, and like this sucks. And then Guts was more like, I'm heartbroken, but also like I can recognize I was a major problem in a lot of it, because I think she's pretty good at that. And here, that line I reminded me of that, because it was like, in general, especially as you get older, but like people are gonna have sex with a lot of people in general, so it's like it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't, but sometimes it still affects you. And I think that, like, I would assume it's her recognizing like it's stupid, because she says like until it makes me cry. I feel like she knows like there's no point to that.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Pretty self-aware.
Because I think even like the whole ending is almost being that same kind of self-aware of like when she's stomping on the dollhouse thing. I was like, okay, done with that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an interesting idea too. Just I think of that the whole idea that love, you think that's going to like save you.
Yeah.
And in some ways it does or it can, but you know if you're looking for that, you know, your lover or whatever to be the cure to save you or you know cure for everything. No, it's got to come inside.
No,
like you know that's a part of it. It can help, but it's not. Yeah, so she, you know, so that's the whole idea of looking for that person to be the cure, and then it's like, well, it can't be the cure, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's also part of the ending of it, of like kind of just stomping on it and realizing it's not just that's maybe like, you know, dollhouse. So like it's almost like, oh, that's for younger, you know, the kid. Like, you know, so the younger. Okay, now I've grown. I'm a little more mature. And it's not just that.
Through a relationship or something.
One way to look at it anyway. So
yeah, that's. I mean, she doesn't necessarily talk about that in the song, but I definitely for sure agree. That's.
I mean, yeah, just visually, right? You know, possibly, but cool song. I liked it, especially I was building, and I really, I was getting more and more into it, and I mean, I liked it right off, but it just kind of got better and better. So I'm looking forward to hearing it again. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the rest of the album comes out June.
Yeah, I think June 12th. So pretty soon now, about 3 weeks, I think.
All right.
So very cool. So yeah. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yep. Let us know. Leave some comments on what you thought about the video and us, and then leave a like if you want to watch. I mean, if you want to help us, and then watch the other video, the Drop Dead. We did a video with that one. So if you haven't seen that, check that out.
That's true. And we also did Sour, and we did Guts, and we did the
Guts Deluxe.
Yeah, which is Spilled. Guts
Spilled, yeah.
Right.
So we've done technically everything, Olivia, right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And then about 3 weeks from now, we will do the...
we would do the You Look So Sad. Look So Sad.
You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love.
There you go. Yeah, it's a long one, man.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks. Take care.